Hello everyone, Myzzrym here, bringing you episode 6 of Learn From Your Mistakes. And today we're going to watch a game submitted by SandCat playing the Death Prophet here. And let's jump into the game directly. So today's game is going to be themed as, keep calm and win the game. Basically what we're going to see is one of these pub games where you happen to start a game very badly and, an enemy carry is going to get fed and like beyond fed. I think the Riki ends up with something like 24 kills in this game. But still, by playing up as a team and staying and not like, abandoning the ship and saying, okay, let's just go AFK at the fountain, they end up winning the game. So we're gonna see SandCat playing the Death Prophet middle, and unfortunately there are several mistakes that SandCat is going to make. Obviously, else I wouldn't be casting the game. And SandCat is actually going to go mid against a Bloodseeker, so already we can see that item-wise, this is something quite strange. It's not to say it's bad, but considering that you are going to be middle either against a Queen of Pain or a Bloodseeker, on both sides you can actually farm quite well with the Crypt Swarm as a Death Prophet. Death Prophet is quite a powerful melee hero, middle lane hero. So that means that usually, if you know that you're going to be just fine, you can go for 3 Ironwood Branch plus 1 Tango only. That is if you have a courier. So if you do not have any, you can go for 3 Ironwood Branch, 1 Tango, 1 set of Tango plus the courier and rush up that bottle. Now, I can understand that in low levels, some people do not want to play with the bottle because they find it too difficult to think about getting the runes, and they just cannot usually get the runes well. That means that they will get the rune when their lane is getting pushed, so they'll miss out a lot of precious experience. So in that case, okay, I can understand this. But getting a Taunt Portal Scroll at the early level of the game, at like level 1, is very, very strange. And Death Prophet here is doing something that there's something that she should do a lot more, is harassing down the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker has no way to fight back in early levels, and he's the most vulnerable at level 1, 2, and 3. That means when his Bloodbath is still very weak. And that means that if you actually harass him down, he cannot come in for these last hits. He cannot go and heal up, because you'll be here, you have this nuke, and you have your right clicks. You can actually wear him down very, very fast. Especially if he goes for 1 South Chill plus Tangos. He has very little to heal with, and with 3 Tangos, those 3 Tangos are going to go down instantly, like very, very fast. So, as a Death Prophet, you want to be the aggressor here. You want to go and use this Crypt Swarm to farm up the creeps, but also to hit the Bloodseeker whenever you can. So this is very good. The SandCat here is missing a lot of last hits and deny. And SandCat should be standing around there instead of that far away, because you're having the advantage. The Bloodseeker cannot kill you. He cannot come up to you and just deal enough damage for you to die. So you can just trade blows with the Bloodseeker. And at early level, before the Bloodbath actually it gets at level 3 or even at level 2, it's not enough to stay on the lane and take the harass down from the Death Prophets. I know that from experience because I used to play Bloodseeker a lot in the middle lane when I was a bit less in the, I think it was in the middle level bracket in Dota 1 and Dota 2. And then when I got up to the high and the very high bracket and I tried to do this again, I would just get shut down by any good Death Prophet or Queen of Pain, who would just constantly harass me down, and I couldn't just survive with the Bloodbath plus a Stout Shield. It wasn't enough. If I was getting shut down in level 1 or level 2, which good mid players are going to do, you won't be able to stand with full HP thanks to the Bloodbath, and you will get shut down in the lane pretty hard. So SandCat here standing with a full mana. This is something you would never want to stay with as Death Prophet. You want to farm up and harass at the same time with the Crypt Swarm. And right now you have A3, and against the Bloodseeker, this is very, very bad. So let's just go and jump forward a bit in the game. So the mistakes here have been explained, and about the Death Prophet play as the middle lane. So this happens, but so we're gonna see that she keeps on really missing the point of having a Death Prophet in the middle lane against a Bloodseeker. But this happens, and you cannot really, once you start playing like this, there's no way that in the middle of the game you might think like, oh, true, I should stop and do something else. It's something that you have to have someone tell you to actually change it. So, right now, in this wave, this is what she should have done as the beginning. At the beginning, that means that taking these last hits with the Crypt Swarm and harassing down the Bloodseeker. Something else to think about is, even if it's good, the Witchcraft to boost up your Crypt Swarm, it gives you movement speed, it decreases the mana cost, it decreases the cooldown, but something to think about is getting 1 point of silence early on. So 3 level in Crypt Swarm, 1 level in Witchcraft, and 1 level of silence if you do not really need the silence now. Because the silence, it's what might save you if you get ganked for example, Queen of Pain or Vengeful Spirit. If Queen of Pain actually blinks on you and you manage to land the silence on her, she cannot use her spells to burst you down. And that is 3 seconds you can use to run away. So always take an early level of silence. It's almost compulsory. It's like taking 1 level of smoke screen when you're playing Riki in the early levels. Even if you want the DPS, even if you want the mobility of the blink strike, the DPS of the backstab, you have to have 1 level of smoke. This is one of the most important skill. And same for Death Prophet. A good Death Prophet actually shows how good she is when she used the silence. Everyone can spam up the Crypt Swarm. This is a no-brainer. But using silence, using a good silence, landing good silence, it's what changes the team fight outcome. So now, as a Death Prophet, when you reach level 6, you see the Death Prophet here is not really ganking, and that's quite okay. It's like as Death Prophet, you might not want to be ganking, left and right if you do not see a kill that is obviously you're able to get. So for example, here top lane, the lane is really pushed. So she might want to go and try to get a kill, but even if she doesn't, it's okay. But the problem is, with the Death Prophet against the Bloodseeker, you should be outlaning him so badly that he should be running away and not staying on lane. And this would allow you to push down the towers with Exorcism. All the time you're not using the Exorcism is on cooldown right now, it's time you're wasting down pushing towers. And Death Prophet is one of these heroes like Shrek. You want to push towers. You want to give your team this early gold advantage, and then when you push down the middle tower, it's time to rotate and go push down other towers. So again, we see Death Prophet sitting now with 1600 gold and not doing anything with it. So granted, she does not have any courier, so it might be hard, and she feels quite confident farming mid lane. And so right now, what the problem is, she's allowing the Bloodseeker to farm up, and she's getting some okay farm, I guess, for a low-level player. It's getting 30 creep kills for under 10 minutes. I guess it's okay. It's not good by any mean, but it's okay when you're not a very good level player. I cannot really tell you, you should get like 60 creeps in 10 minutes, else you won't be any good, because you have to adapt to the player you're watching. So right now we see the Riki Maru coming in with the double damage. And SandCat cannot see this because basically Riki Maru is invisible. So she's gonna see, and the ultimate is gonna land on her. So she's gonna start and run away. And the problem is, she's getting silenced. And right now, SandCat should stop and use the ultimate before running up, because the ultimate of Death Prophet still hits the enemy if you're not actually auto-attacking yourself, and that might be make you able to get a kill. So instead of running, when she got when she got ulted by the Bloodseeker as the opener, and Bloodseeker didn't use Blood Rage on SandCat, so she wasn't silenced. Bloodcat, when that happens to you, you have to think very fast. Why does the Bloodseeker, who played so passive for 8 minutes in the game, and he had his level 6 long ago, so if he was really that eager to go on your one-on-one, he would have used the Raptor way sooner. So why does he go now? Why does he go now so far from his tower? You're not even sitting here. You're sitting on your side of the river. So think fast. What this means is he knows he has the advantage. He won't go if he doesn't know he has the advantage. Bad players usually they will go and suicide on you if they actually think they are having the advantage. But the fact of the matter is, they only go if they know they have an advantage. When you play against bad players or mid-level players, they do not play with friends sometimes. Most often they won't play with friends, and they won't go if they know that they don't have something to gain. So if he's running on you, that means he knows he has something to gain. So that means he wants to kill you, or he wants to make you back down. But in low level plays, the players won't think about this. They will only think about getting the kills. So using ultimate, that means, okay, danger mode. Danger mode then means think fast. I cannot silence. I do not have any silence skill. So I can silence before he silences me. Thankfully, Bloodseeker won't silence. So what do I do? Defensive mechanism, use the exorcism. At the very worst, you're wasting an ultimate that has only 100-second cooldown. And at the very best, it will save your ass and maybe even get you a kill. So you use the exorcism, it costs 200 mana, you won't have any mana left for crit storm. So then you start running away. And now you see that Deathstorm is still running away, and here you're taking a lot of damage from the Rupture, but Riki is under the tower, she's taking lots of damage, so are you, but you're running out of the tower, so that means that, again, with the camera control, you're basically watching in front of you. And she's gonna get caught up by the Riki. And you see how long she actually had to walk before dying? I'm just gonna show you again. So let's go in the free cam. You started here. You went up to there without any boots. That's very long, very long distance, and that's a very long time for the exorcism to actually deal damage. So you might have gotten a kill or two even here if you didn't, didn't run away without using the exorcism. And you might have even tried to fight under the tower. So of course the Riki had the double damage, so it was a bit more dangerous. And now as the Death Prophet, she bought a second TP before teleporting mid. It's quite okay, but what you have to see here is she's gonna get a let's see here. So she's gonna get an energy booster. If you get this fast of an energy booster, make arcade boots. You can actually disassemble the arcade boots. So that gives you the mana from the energy booster, that gives you the movement speed from the boots, and also that gives you the sustainability that comes from a clarity potion. The mana boots actually gives you approximately the same amount of mana back like a clarity potion, but instantly. So not under 30 seconds.
Well, that was a waste of ingredients.
So this time it was a mistake in the item build. So you see you have 1500 gold, you want to rush for a bloodstone, fine. Get an arcane boots and then disassemble it later to make the soul booster. And Riki, you see here, is already in the mega kills, but SandCat doesn't really care. He's standing middle lane and farming up. So right now he's just keeping the farm. And right now she's using the ultimate to start and push down the tower. But you see that the Bloodseeker is still here, so he's pulling up the creeps. Still, she managed to do some good damage to the tower, so not bad. But right now you're out of mana completely, and this is a danger mode in the danger moment, because Death Prophet without mana is quite a worthless Death Prophet. So standing very far away, being very careful, and still farming up. So 47 creep kills in 12 minutes. Again, for a low-level player, it's not that bad. You can't really, just tell yourself that you will be a pro player in one day. So you have to do this gradually. You see that in this game you managed to get 30 creep kills in 10 minutes. Fine. Next game, tell yourself I want to get 40 creep kills. Next game, 50 creep kills, etc., etc. Improve step by step. Don't try to go and aim for the stars as fast as possible. Second thing is you have to know to adapt. So here the Bloodseeker isn't here, so she should be using the wave to push down the creeps and using the exorcism to push down the tower, especially since you have the catapult with you right now. So she's gonna do this, but Bloodseeker is gonna come back, and this is what happened here. I was using fast forward, but you all realize what happened. She was trying to get the tower, and the tower was fortified by the Radiant side. So she actually stood there and took damage from the tower. When the tower is fortified, don't try to do this, just back off. And if you really want to get the kill on the tower, which is very risky against the Bloodseeker, you come back after the glyph has worn out, and then you attack the tower again. Don't stand and take some extra hit from the tower, because what happened here is Bloodseeker took advantage from this. He ruptured the low health Death Prophet, and SandCat had two choices. Either he could still stand and take the tower's blows in the face, or he could run away. So he did both. He first took the tower hits in the face, and then he ran away, And the Raptor, for those who don't know, the Raptor is a skill that damages you when you move. So she moved up to here and she got killed by the Bloodseeker. Now, do not try and think that you can outrun a Bloodseeker with a level 4 Thirst. So basically what you have to understand here is, if this situation is happening to you, you're probably dead, but in the case where you might survive, just move a little bit to get out of tower range, and that is all. Do not move any further. Do not try to take any more damage. You move back from the tower and then you fight. You stand your ground, you fight, because you cannot outrun a Bloodseeker. So here she actually tries to run away and she dies. And again, Death Prophet now with 2.3k gold. So Bloodseeker didn't deny the tower. This is quite good. And Death Prophet now still not making the arcane boots, and instead is gonna wait here to finish her soul booster. So she finishes the soul booster, but you see that she doesn't have much. So soul booster, thankfully, gives also mana regeneration, and they're gonna go on the vengeful spirits. So are they gonna get him? So again, when this happens, use the exorcism. Teamfight is gonna happen. You see there's a Riki running in, and Death Prophet running into the smoke screen. This is very, very bad choice. You see, stop. What you just saw right here is typical low-level player play, because it's very hard to think fast, and I'm not blaming the player for this, because it's usually hard to realize that you have to stop and think for a moment. What happened is, you're chasing the Vengeful Spirit. The Vengeful Spirit is low health. Now, Riki suddenly appears, attack the Sven, and land the smoke screen. Two things you might want to do. One, go under the smoke screen and chase the Vengeful Spirits. This is what SandCat did. Two, stop right there, realize that there's a new threat that is most important to take care of, which is the Rikimaru. A Rikimaru that has already something like 840. So, if not taken care of, Rikimaru will kill you both. And SandCat runs into the smoke, so she cannot use any spell in the smoke. Instead, she should have stopped as soon as she saw the smoke, not run in it, start attacking the Riki with the Crypt Swarm and the Exorcism plus right clicks. And Rikimaru, although he is very fed right now, he is not really resistant. He has plus 35 in agility, so huge damage output, but only plus 1 in strength. So he's very squishy right now. With the Exorcism plus the Crypt Swarm, SandCat would have been able to bring the Rikimaru down. And it's not gonna be the case, so instead, now she's gonna use the ultimate, too late, and basically Bloodseeker come in, use the Rupture on the Death Prophet, and Force Staff her away, so she takes the damage from the Force Staff. One thing that is very good for the Death Prophet is she's actually buying the Taunt Portal Scroll in advance. Buying 3 might not be that necessary. That may be a bit overkill, and still not having the boots. So now Death Prophet still farming up, and now stop. You see what's happening here, but Death Prophet is taking a long time before going to help the Razor, and now she's running away, and she's not paying attention to what happens on the bottom. So she's not paying attention to how Sniper is getting chased, and now she's gonna go, but it's too late, and she's gonna go way too late inside the fight. So again, when you're running, use the Exorcism. So when you see that the team fight is happening, if you want to help, use the Exorcism first and then run in. The Exorcism lasts for 45 seconds. No, there's 45 damage. It lasts for 30 seconds. So 30 seconds is way enough time to use the ultimate before running inside the fight, just in case you get silenced. So do not be careful about. No, actually be careful, but do not really keep your ultimate just in case, like oh, I might not have a long enough duration. The duration of your ultimate is way long enough, so no problem here. Use it. And right now, 20 minutes into the game, she used the ultimate twice, and twice it was just before dying. So, oh, actually no, she actually tried to push the middle lane tower with the ultimate quite some time as well. So now, again staying behind. At last, we're buying the boots, and Riki taking a kill, and SandCat still staying around to get the creeps. And now you're standing here in the middle of nowhere, and this is starting to be dangerous. she's gonna run away and stand in the jungle and not teleporting away, so this is a choice. But the problem is, see how long she's gonna stand there. She started hiding at the 2140. Still there, still there, still there. And now she's going out. So wasting 1 minute into the in the jungle, and plus she's going right now after the Tiny died. So she actually went too late. But she managed to get some kills around. So it's quite okay, I guess. But again, bad timing here, Death Prophet. You know, you cannot do anything without the support of your allies. You're not that tanky. So when you saw that the Tiny was going in, either you go for it right now and you help the Tiny, or you do not go at all. So what we're going to see right now is the Vengeful Spirit is actually going to drop. If you see the little icon here, she's not moving. So it's 4 against 5, but still they have a huge advantage. So here, very good stun by this Ven. And the Exorcism now popped in the early stage of the team fight, which is the right use of the ultimate. And SandCat pushing in. So now running under the smoke, and Riki's gonna die as well. So Riki, again, I tell you, very squishy. Even if he's really formed up, you do not have to be careful, be afraid of the Riki. Stand there and try to kill him. If he's in the middle of the fight and you're 5 against him, do not run away. Just kill him, okay? And okay, so Bloodseeker's gonna pick a kill on Tiny. Again, do not watch where you're going. Watch where it's dangerous. So if you're here and you're running up to your shop, don't watch the shop. Watch the mid lane. So now Death Prophet finishing her Bloodstone at 26 minutes into the game. So it's quite a late Bloodstone, but it's understandable. And now again, not watching the map, and you know, the fact of the matter is she did not see the alchemist coming from the top, although in the minimap it was shown because they had vision from the tower. And because of this, she almost died. She took a stun, but thankfully the others didn't go in. And right now, very low health. Use the Exorcism, and she doesn't use the Exorcism, so she ends up dying. She would have ended up dying anyway in reality. But if you're getting attacked by the Bloodseeker using the Raptor and all, use the Exorcism just in case, because if you die, you might deal some damage before dying with the Exorcism, and on the other case, you won't die. So very good buy here, Sentry Wards, really realizing that the Riki is starting to be a very dangerous threat, and they're getting 2 kills on the enemy team. So his teammates are actually doing very well, and he's taking advantage of it. So that's good. Pushing now pushing down the mid lane, and you know, when you're pushing a tower, it's actually good because you're going to take some time to push down the tower. So put down a sentry ward in the vicinity, not close enough so the tower can see it, but like somewhere like here. So you know if the Riki is trying to backstab you from behind. And plus, Riki is very likely to try and attack you when you're running away, when you actually are backing because you finished the tower. So you might get lucky and catch a Riki when you do this. So Riki here standing around, taking a lot of damage from the AoE, and going now on the middle lane tower. So Sniper's gonna die, and Death Prophet you see here is still auto-attacking the tower. This is not something you should do. Death Prophet, okay, you want to kill the tower, but Death Prophet is not a right-click hero. So what you should have done is just walk up a bit, send a Crypt Swarm, and then if you want to continue right-clicking the enemy, the tower, do so. So Tiny's gonna die because of the little Riki Mara here. So put down a Sentry Ward and run away, so your allies see him. So now she's running away. I do not even know why Death Prophet is backing off. She's full health, full mana, so at least wait for your allies before doing so. And now going for, again, 2 teleport scroll and nothing else. So getting 1 extra pair of Sentry Ward, putting it down, and this is actually quite okay placement. If you're actually baiting, it's good to have a Sentry Ward here. And here you're not paying attention to the minimap. So right now a fight is happening here, but she has no clue, and now she's gonna go in way too late. And this is really dangerous. She actually goes in. Thankfully, the enemies are not gonna follow her, or are they? Yes, they are. So now she's gonna die because of this. And if if your teammates are fighting, try to see it first and go in. But if they are already dead, do not try to go in afterward. Now you see that she has 4 TP scroll. This is excessive. I said that it's always good to keep the teleport scroll with you, but 4 teleport scroll, come on, no, this is actually, you know, way too much. So now pushing up lanes and catching up the stragglers. Nothing much to say here. So going on and on and on, and you see the Riki Maru is actually standing around. So again, if you're going to push down the tower, put down the sentry ward. See, here you would have gotten the tiny the Riki once more, and now you're taking a lot of damage from the Riki Maru. And before dying, put down this damn sentry ward so your allies can actually kill the Riki. So instead, it's gonna be a massacre. The Riki is gonna have a heyday and kill everyone here. And Death Prophet getting a Gem of True Sight, so might not be a bad choice here, but it's risky. And right now standing around, saving your ally, which is always good. One thing you have to know as a Death Prophet is that the silence actually takes the Riki out of his invis for example, 6 seconds here. If he's silent for 6 seconds, it's 6 seconds he won't be invisible. So if you actually manage to see the Riki and land a silence on him, he'll be screwed. Putting down the sentry ward here is actually useless if you do not want to go Roshan. And at the moment, it doesn't look like you're going to go Roshan. So keep the sentry just in case you're actually, you know you're going to die. And just put down the sentry before you die, because something that will likely happen is the Gem of True Sight will get dropped. And no one will pick it up very quickly. So for a moment, the Riki won't be visible. So good silence here on the Riki. He cannot use the smoke screen because of this. And now they're gonna just take up, you know, start pushing very hard and taking the game. And mid lane is going to go down. So from there on, there's really nothing to be said. What happened is, in the silence here, trying to land on the Queen of Pain a bit late, but you know, it was a good try. So what happened into this game? Let's recap everything. Why did the early game go really bad? So you're in the mid lane, you do not know what's happening on the other lanes because you're not watching what's happening on other lane. But thing that happened is Riki get farmed. Fine, Riki get farmed. Okay, this is really dangerous, but you cannot really do something about it. You're Death Prophet, you have to farm up your Bloodstone, you have to tank up, and you have to kill the towers. So what happened in the early game that was quite bad? Death Prophet first not taking a lane control, not understanding the strength of her hero. So, very often we say that, you know, you're playing the hero very bad because you are overconfident. You do not see the weakness of your hero. So for example, we see this when we have a Queen of Pain blinking in a team of 5 heroes and getting nuked instantly down and saying, okay, what the hell, guys, I went in and you guys didn't follow me. And then your allies just gonna say, well, you're a newbie, you know that if you were going Rambo inside the entire team, of course you're gonna die. So this is overestimating your hero's capacity, and this is a mistake made from new players that very often are going to watch like streams from pro players, and they're going to go, well, I saw that this pro players actually did this, and this hero is like actually so powerful, so I'm going to do like him. And you are not a pro level player, so you won't be able to pull out the same things. So you're going to die because of this, and this is overconfidence. But the problem with Death Prophet here is not knowing the strength of her hero, which is almost as bad, which is not almost, but as bad as not knowing the weakness of your hero. So, problem here is Death Prophet against Bloodseeker, you have to know the advantage you have. And then that means that you have to take up the advantage on the lane. You have to really push him out of the lane. You have to avoid him farming anything. You are the one in control. You're the one that put pressure. And then when he is actually pushed out of the lane, well, go ahead and use your ultimate to push down the tower. Now, something else that I want to see item-wise is get the bottle. I do not know if you are very, very iffy about the bottle because you do not know how to control the rune well. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to be a very good solo mid as a Death Prophet, you have to take advantage of the bottles. and learning how to use it can only be achieved if you actually try to use it. So this time again, so using the ultimate in the early stage of the fight, which is good because you're gonna see that the Death Prophet is gonna go down instantly. So at least she did what little damage she could. And why did the fight happen differently this time around? Why did the fight go very bad for the Radiant? This is because this time the Radiant side, I mean the Dire actually you know, took a lot of damage this time. And why is this? While they were winning and they were taking the mid lane very easily, it's because this time the Riki that didn't get picked off at the beginning of the fight. This is very, very huge because, wait a minute, I have to go and sign myself off. Okay, so I was saying, the fact of the matter is the Riki actually didn't get picked off first, and that means that everyone went on the Alchemist. If you see there, Alchemist, even if he's not that tanky, he's still quite strong, and he has a BKB, so he can survive quite a lot. And that means that while you are using everything on the Alchemist, the Riki came in, popped the smoke screen, and you know, went in and killed everyone. So again, this means that you have to be careful not to throw the game away. The Radiant almost did this, and they threw their middle racks away, and then they started fighting again, and you saw how even it was compared to last time. So not throwing the game away. Let's go back now to what I was saying about the early game. Death Prophet, two problems with the item builds. First, not going for the bottle. If you're in the middle, go for the bottle. And second, not going for the Arcane Boots. Arcane Boots give you a huge lane advantage because you can stand there and spam these waves, these crypt waves, to actually wear down the Bloodseeker. And then you can transform in, you know, disassemble it and make your soul booster when you want. So, first mistake of the Death Prophet is not making the Arcane Boots. Second mistake is getting too many TPs. Now, getting TP is good. I always said so. But getting too many TP actually makes your item come later. And also, you do not, you know, it's 4 TPs, it's actually something at 500 gold. It's 500 gold that right now is useless because a TP scroll in itself, sitting in an inventory, doesn't do anything. Then, good point is she got sentry wards. You do not wait for your allies to get sentry wards. If you see that no one's getting it, it's up to you. Do you want to win the game? Yes, no. You want to win the game, get the sentry wards against a Riki. It's that simple. Second thing about the skill builds now is not taking a level of silence in the early game and not using the exorcism in a defensive manner as you should be using it. Now, afterwards in the mid game, what happened is there were a lot of fights coming in. The Riki was really farmed up, and a couple of mistakes were made by both sides. So the mistake coming from the Dire side was more in the early game, so Riki got farmed. And then in the mid game, the Dire side started, the Radiant side started doing the mistakes. The Radiant side started Riki being way too overconfident and starting to stalk the enemies, you know, in open day. So once he saw that the sentry wards actually were on the field, okay, so this was bad. I know you have a lot of sentry wards, but this and this so close one to each other, it's overlapping the AOE. You know, the sentry wards here can see up to here, and the sentry ward here can see up to here. So put it like there, so you actually don't overlap the vision of the sentry wards. But very good idea to put the sentry ward behind you, as to know if the Riki is actually coming from behind, like they like to do. And I must say here that SandCat is actually quite lucky to have such reliable allies. Although they do not play perfectly, the Tiny plus the Sven have done a whole lot to contributing in the team fight by using their ultimates. And same with Sniper, not using the ultimate at the end of the fight to KS, but using the ultimate at the beginning of the fight to deal some good damage and harass down the enemies. The Razor also doing some great job here. And SandCat, you're actually buying the Blade Mail, which is not a bad answer to when you're getting nuked down in seconds. But you have to consider the fact that Riki now have the BKB. So Riki here being very, very cocky and going in, popping the BKB but too late. So let's see now how the fight's gonna go in. And you know, this is very bad. This, sending everyone in the same area, it's the best way to get killed by a Queen of Pain. Now, thankfully, the Queen of Pain wasn't like that far, but you're a ranged hero. I can understand if you know, Sven and Tiny has to go close and personal to kill the enemies, but you and Sniper have to be far away from the fight. You have to be standing on the sideline. You're still here for your spirits to deal damage and to spam up the script storm, but standing that close to the enemy, to your allies, is just waiting for the enemies to go and use their AoE on your face and melt down your entire team. So now the game is pretty much going to be over, and they're going to win it. So again, one very good thing that the dire side did is not lose hope. Not you know, now you're gonna pop the blade mail, which is very good because you see how much damage the little Riki is taking from the damage to Riki is taking from just attacking you. And the good part of the dire decision here is when they saw you know, Vengeful Spirit DC, they didn't abandon the game. They said, okay, now 4v5, we can get it, even if the Riki's farmed up. And second, they capitalized on the Riki's mistakes, and they played as a team. This is very important. This is something that very often players won't do, play as a team. And they did not do the same mistake as I casted in the last game, which was die one by one by one. They were standing together. So I hope you enjoyed this cast as well, and I hope you guys actually learned something from this, learn from your mistake. I'll see you guys next time for, you know, the next cast. So maybe it's gonna be another watch that draft, and see you guys next time.